The parable of the weeds. I'm reading from Matthew 13 verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the household came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in the field? Was it not good that you sowed in this field? From where did these bad ones come from? These bad tares, where did they come from? He said unto them, An enemy has done this. The servants said unto him, Without then that we go and gather them up, should we go and remove those wrong things? Should we remove those bad ones? And this is where it gets very interesting for me. But Jesus said, No. Lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat. Let both of them grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather together first the tares, the bad ones, and bind them in bundles and burn them. But gather the wheat into my barn. The second parable of the kingdom. This time around, God is likening the kingdom to a man that sowed a seed in a good soil. And in this case, the soil is the world. The man is our Lord Jesus Christ. The seed is you and me that profess Christ. That is the seed that was sown. This parable simply means when you are part of a kingdom citizen, get ready to live in the midst of bad and good. It is not all good. The bad and the good live together. The positive and the negative happen to us. It is only in the presence of negative that you can get a good positive. What do I mean by that? You can never know the real character of a person if the person does not pass through a challenge. The reason why God put you in the presence of that person that is annoying you, irritating you, testing your patience, is to see how much patience you have. You cannot say I have patience when there is nothing to test it. You cannot say I'm long suffering when you've not had a challenge that has lasted long. You cannot say, oh, me, I cannot steal, but the temptation has not come. And the situation has not come around you to see if you will steal or not. That is why the Holy Spirit opened my eyes to this. As a kingdom citizen in life, if you know that the bad comes to test your good, you will not get frustrated. Because if you do get frustrated, that means you were not good in the first place. You didn't have the attribute in the first place. If people are not there to really test to see how good you are. So when God likens the kingdom, the activity of the kingdom, He's simply telling you and me that are part of the kingdom that this is how the kingdom is. I am in charge of it. This is how it is. That's exactly what God is saying. I am in charge of it. So that's the number one thing that you learn from this parable of the weeds. The number two thing, it is not for you or for me to judge anybody. That is why when the servant of God said, let us remove the bad people, God said, very interesting, no, Leave the bad to grow with the good. Because if you go to remove the bad, you might end up removing the good. God is saying is that you might not know the one that is really the good and the one that is really bad. Do you remember a story Jesus told his disciples about two sons? Two sons that the father asked to go and work in the field. He called the first son and said, I want you to go and work in the field. And the son said, no, I'm not going. I'm very busy. I don't want to go there. He refused. But later, he changed his mind and went. The second son, when they said, I want you to go there, he said, okay, yes, I will go. I will go and do the work. But he never went there. And Jesus asked his disciples, who among the two did the will of God? And they said, the first. You cannot know a truly good person. It is only God, because God judges intentions, not actions. And there is no way we as human beings can see intentions. It is only God that sees the heart, sees the intentions, and knows who is good and who is bad. That is why he said in Matthew 7, judge not. Because we don't have that ability. Many times we judge. We say, this one won't even see the gate of heaven. You don't know. Because God's way of judgment is different from our own. So in the kingdom of heaven, it is not in our place to judge anybody. It is not in our place. So if you are a kingdom citizen, please, if you've been doing it, I used to do it until I had understanding. If you've been doing it, stop it. Stop it. When the Lord taught the disciples the Lord's Prayer, one of the sentences was, let your kingdom, O God, come on earth. Which simply means, let the system that you have in heaven, let it begin to work on earth. And all these parables is God showing us the system that He wants us to work with. He's giving us a kind of constitution that we can abide with and work as citizens of heaven on earth. I thank you so much for listening to me for the first two parables. Subsequent videos, I'm going to be talking about the other parables and also explaining it according to how the Holy Spirit leads me to explain it to you. I hope you gained one or two things today. Have a wonderful day. Until next time on Christianity 247.